I haven't recorded for a while. I'm back with new insights after a holiday break and coaching quite a few clients and watching the progress of my coaching group. I can just say briefly that I have got 130 people on my coaching group. We meditate together 3 times per week. And quite a few people had beautiful shifts and transformations to the point that they became less active on the group and they recognized that they need to focus on inner work, and they can do it independently because they managed to get to the point where lots of trauma has been released, and they are just now working on the mindset, working on being conscious every day, embracing the new identity of a healthy person, not going back, avoiding negativity, avoiding triggers, which can also happen on a group, coaching group, where especially new members still share a lot of the struggles that they go through. And this is a beautiful place to be. This is a place where you know that you are the creator of your reality and you choose what sort of information you expose your energy to, your conscious and subconscious mind to. So when you are focusing on creating a completely new reality for yourself, where life is easy, life is abundant in health and well-being, you don't go back to things that may be triggering the old you, the things that you have worked through already. And I'm very grateful to be able to see some of the people on my coaching group getting to this point in their healing. I also had sessions with some of those people, and we did some energy release and cleanse, and I used a variety of modalities that I work with. But I would say mostly intuitive energy work, where we would just release whatever was holding them back. And also me receiving direct information, downloads, channeled messages directly for those clients. That definitely helped in the healing process. But today I wanted to talk about one thing that is on my mind, has been on my mind for a while. So I have nearly 20,000 views on this testimonial, main healing testimonial that I recorded nearly a year ago. And this is the same question that I asked to my group members. So most of you, my followers, you got inspired by my story of healing within 3 days. And you know exactly what I did to heal myself within those 3 days. I went all in, I meditated day and night, day and night, day and night. And the surprising thing to me is why, in spite of having this sort of testimonial right in front of your face, having clear explanation and description of what I did, so few of you decided to go for something similar, to give yourself the chance to at least see how it would work for you, how this sort of intense process of meditation would help you heal. Because as far as I know, apart from a few comments that I I noticed on any of my videos where people said they were planning to do it or wanting to do it, have been thinking of doing the same thing for themselves. And a few people on my group who also did extended periods of meditation. I haven't seen any major breakthroughs in people who would say I did the same and I experienced the same or similar thing. So it makes me wonder why so many of you feel some sort of massive resistance in even if not doing 3-day meditation like I did, marathon, but just giving yourself this, just going deeper and doing the meditation for a longer period of time, allowing the meditation to get you deeper, doing yourself a retreat. I don't know how long, a few hours, a day, a night. What is it that stops you from going in like this? And I know that these could be the following. It's either you not loving yourself enough to do it, still prioritizing other things, and despite struggling with whatever health issues you are facing, still putting others or other things first. The next one would be, so not loving yourself and putting other things first. And this usually comes from unworthiness. If you, even though you struggle so much, you keep accepting and allowing this struggle to continue, there must be some serious issues with the way you treat yourself, the way you love yourself, the way you basically allow yourself to be the victim. Why do you allow yourself to be the victim? Well, there is obviously a possibility you are addicted to being a victim. And Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about it a lot. When I went to Brazil retreat, he talked about it a lot, about how addicted we are to basically the chemicals linked to victimization, being the victim. Everything that we do, starting from complaining on a daily basis and just finding any sort of reason to feel like a victim, is a chemical addiction to victim mentality. If we stop complaining about one thing, we will always, our mind will find another reason to feel a victim of something else, another type of circumstance in our life. So consider if perhaps the addiction to victimization or victim mentality could be the reason why you prefer to stay there where you are. Another one is obviously the ego may be sabotaging you. You may want to do it, but your ego wants to keep you safe because this is the unknown. You don't know what's going to happen. So your nervous system, your ego, your subconscious mind is trying to keep you safe. Stay where you are because change is difficult. Change requires sacrifice. Change requires hard work. What if, questions like, what if it doesn't work? But really, you will never find out until you try, will you? So I watched quite a few testimonials recently, the new ones on Dr. Joe YouTube channel. And a lot of people who have healed, they did more than one meditation per day, more than 2 meditations per day. So there is obviously some sort of correlation between the amount of meditation and the speed at which you see the results. There is no doubt about it. It's just proportionate. And the more you struggle with your condition, symptoms, the more you should be meditating to feel the difference. That's my understanding. That's how I did it. So maybe ask yourself this question: what else could be stopping me from doing what she did. Why was she able to do it? Why was she able to drop everything? The practice, the clients who also needed her help. Why did she stop worrying about money and just left it to the divine? And the money somehow came miraculously because she trusted. And so it wasn't the job, it wasn't the career, it wasn't the family. Some people say, oh, they've got family to look after. I also have family to look after. I live with an elderly mom who depends on my help. She doesn't speak English. I have to do everything for her. I am the main person in my house who looks after everything. And despite that, I just withdrew myself from all of this for 3 days and 3 nights. And I just did my work. I didn't even plan for it, like, oh, I'm gonna prepare everything beforehand and then I'm gonna meditate, like I'm gonna make sure that the life goes on without me being actively there. I just left it. I just decided I'm gonna just go and meditate, and the rest is gonna take care of itself. So it is obviously doable. No matter your circumstances, it is doable. You can organize this. So the main thing really is how desperate you are to get better. Do you truly want to heal? Because if you do, then there should be nothing, absolutely nothing stopping you from going all in. You should make yourself a priority, utmost priority. And by doing this, you are signaling the universe, the divine, your higher self, and your body that you are now serious about profound change. But if you are doing it as just part of your tiny part of your everyday life, just like tiny, some sort of, quick meditation at the end of the day, and then you're just going in like you did, carry on with all your habits, all your negative thoughts, all your victim mentality, and without working even on catching those thoughts and analyzing what do you think about when you wake up in the morning, what do you think about when you go to bed, what sort of thoughts you are focusing on during the day. If they are the same thoughts every single day, you haven't changed. You have not healed at all. Or maybe you do some, I don't know, positive affirmations in the morning for 10 minutes, and then you go back on autopilot for the rest of the day. You haven't changed. The essence of this work is what happens between meditations. It's about making sure that every single day you are making a different choice than you used to. So every single thought should be different. Every single feeling should be different. Every single emotion should be different, because that's the only way you can signal those new healthy genes and down-regulate the ones that you have been affecting with your negativity so far. So if you keep thinking those negative thoughts, you keep poisoning your body with those chemicals which slowly, every single day affect your body, weaken your body, weaken your genes, weaken your proteins. So every single day you think thoughts, feel feelings, and express and experience emotions that either contribute to your healing or contribute to your illness. It's a simple choice. The brain retraining, the reprogramming, the changing and breaking the habit of being yourself that Dr. Joe talks about is all about understanding that it's not even that difficult if you embrace the new identity of a healthy person. A healthy person no longer has any of the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that a sick person has. So once you embrace this healthy identity, you automatically no longer need to feel those negative emotions of the old self, of the sick version of you. It's simple as that. The trick is to convince yourself that you are this new version of yourself. And it really can feel like lying to yourself, like, okay, fake it till you make it. But trust me, it only feels like this at the beginning. When you do it for the first few days, it might feel like I'm just playing some sort of crazy game with myself. I'm pretending to be healthy. But really, as we know from Joe's teachings, and not only Joe's teachings, it doesn't really matter to the mind, to the subconscious mind, whether you are, pretending and playing it, or whether you really are living it, as long as it's, you feel it, you feel that way. So why not try to be a really good actor and act and really feel into this role of a healthy, strong person, feeling really good, and then how would that person feel? That's just like Joe says, how would you feel? How would you feel if you suddenly just felt, that everything is fine, the body is healthy, nothing wrong? There is no fear, there is no doubt, there is no stress, there is no pain, there is no worry about the future. It's just freedom and joy and gratitude. And I know it might be difficult to embrace those emotions 100% when you start, especially if you're still struggling with symptoms. But the trick is, if you don't give yourself the chance to start feeling those emotions before you feel healthy, before you actually experience health in your 3D reality, before your body reflects it, if you don't do this first, then you are delaying the whole thing. Because the meditation, yes, will help you heal, will help your body rebalance itself. But if you add this positive mindset, this tuning into your potential as a healthy you every single day, hour after hour, this is where the powerful work happens. This is where you giving yourself the chance to really send this powerful, energetic, electromagnetic signature into the field. And the reflection of it can only be just that. So it's exactly what they say in the reciprocity law. If an event, a situation can make you feel good, it causes certain emotions, certain feelings, then also certain feelings, certain emotions, just by living them in our subconscious mind, in our visualization, in our imagination, can bring those events, those situations, those circumstances. This is what this law is about. Yeah, so it's the law of reversibility as well, or you can call it the mirror reflection. So you can't change the mirror reflection without changing yourself first. So it's really simple. If you understand that once I change the way I feel, the way I think, the way I act, it means I'm changing my vibration. It means I'm changing my energy. And then the reflection of that is going to be seen in my 3D reality, so in my body. But my body cannot reflect anything else until I change. And yes, it's so difficult when we start. It may be difficult. Oh, it may be fun to start with, and then we give up very soon because it feels like it's faking. But usually when you sustain this state for quite a while, you will start noticing some shifts in your body. At the beginning, it might be some simply healing symptoms. But after that, you will start feeling better. You will start noticing some of the symptoms fading away. And once you start noticing that, that's when you start realizing that it really works. and you just want to keep going. Plus, isn't it so much nicer to even fake feeling good than insist on feeling bad and miserable? Why don't you just try to be happy just to see how it's gonna, work out? Why don't you try to imagine, if so many of the spiritual teachers, Bashar, Abraham Hicks, Neville Goddard, Joe Dispenza, Louise Hay, and lots of other spiritual teachers, everybody talks about it. If you embrace it in your mind, then you're able to see it in your physical reality. Well, creation generally happens everything is first created in the mind, and then it's reflected in the reality. Like every single invention on the planet first has been created in the mind, somebody's mind. Somebody had a vision of something, and then it was possible to translate this vision into reality. And this is exactly what can be done with healing. And the reason why I healed was because I put myself in this state of visualizing myself in perfect health for 3 days and 3 nights non-stop. I did tuning into your potentials so often, and at the same time I did the intense process of releasing of all the trauma, and I just allowed my body to go back into coherence by doing meditation one by one and doing lots of breath. So I really the main things that helped me, actually got me healed, was trauma release, forgiveness, all of this, just like letting go of all of this, releasing this on a physical level, emotional level, releasing that. And meditation provoked this, led me to this. Ton of tears, really cleansing tears, bringing my body, my mind, and my heart back to coherence. All this compartmentalized mind caused by stress, like Joe Dispenza describes it, when we are in fight or flight, our brain is completely incoherent. And the more we focus on space, the more we focus on nothing instead of everything around. We just go within and we focus on nothing, just the opposite of what we do every single day for X number of years. That's when the brain starts getting back into coherence. And that's when it starts working as it should. And as we know, the brain and the nervous system govern every single other system in the body. So that's how powerful it is to be in a meditation for an extended period of time, just to bring this mind back to coherence and detach yourself from any sort of external factors, because these also every single day they contribute to this harmony of our mind, of our brain, of our nervous system. Everything that we respond to, everything we are exposed to, has a neurological network in our brain and has some sort of chemical response. Usually we respond in a way of like either fearful or we have some bad negative memories from the past. It's all linked to programming. So that's why it's so important when you detach yourself from any external factors and you focus on being nothing, nobody. That's when everything is just reversed. The whole process of disharmony is being reversed. And being mindful, being in present moment. That's something that I'm going to record another video about, because this is something that I really paid attention to during my retreat in Basel, progressive retreat. And Dr. Joe spent a decent amount of time talking about how important it is for healing and creating anything in our life by bringing this energy to the present moment. And I'm going to describe it a little bit more in another video. So just to summarize this video, what is it that's blocking you or stopping you from doing yourself, giving yourself this opportunity to meditate for an extended period of time, going deeper and allowing, just even out of curiosity, seeing where it's going to lead you, what the outcome is going to be. What's going to happen? What sort of sensations, what sort of breakthrough am I going to be able to see in my healing if I go deeper for a longer period of time? Because, like I said in my previous video about doing retreats, it's obviously there is a reason why Dr. Joe, for example, this year is organizing a 10-day retreat in Cancun, because he wants to see the results of people meditating together so intensely, not only for 7 days, but also for 10 days. How far could this work go when people meditate so intensely for 10 days? That's a long period of time. That's a big commitment. And especially in a group like retreat, it's the energy is even more powerful. So, but there is a reason why Dr. Joe does this. He wants to see, and he also believes that by removing yourself from your known environment, meaning going away to a retreat, and being focused on your just doing the inner work, going within, allowing this brain and heart coherence, you know, whether you do it on a retreat or at home, it has a similar effect on your body. So ask yourself this question: do I not feel worthy of doing it? Do I not love myself enough? Do I believe I'm not capable of healing myself? Do I truly believe in this work? Maybe I believe that it's possible for others, but it's not for me. Or maybe my body is the boss. I can't sit for that long. Well, then sit and lay down. When I did my healing, I didn't sit all the time. It wouldn't be possible to sit for 3 days non-stop. When I was getting tired, I would lay down. I would do Blessing of the Energy Centers laying down. I would sit for most of the meditations, but I also did some of them laying down. I also did the breath laying down. Not all of it. It just, whenever, you know, I just adjusted it to accordingly to how I felt. I was trying to make this process as comfortable as possible for myself, but at the same time I knew that I had to push myself. And I could have easily given up after, I don't know, the first day or night. I could have just said, you know, let's just focus on other things, but I didn't. And the reason why I didn't was because I could feel that there was something going on. I could feel the energy going through my body really, really intensely. So if you don't feel much happening during your meditations, like a lot of people say, I don't feel anything specific, nothing seems to be happening, or it's very gentle, give yourself a really proper, like if you did the breath, let's say 3 or 4 times, 4 rounds of breath and 4 or 5 meditations, I bet something is going to happen. I bet you're going to feel the change. I bet you're going to feel either some sort of emotional release, or your meditations will become deeper and deeper every time you go in, and you will feel the difference. You will feel something going on. It's impossible not to feel anything. Unless your body is really stopping you from doing it, then there is resistance. And you need to ask yourself the question, do I maybe have some sort of secondary gains from my illness? Maybe I like being in the center of attention. Maybe that's the way for me to get love from others and care. Maybe it's to do with finances. Maybe I'm scared that if I get better, I'm not ill anymore, I'll have to go back to work and take full responsibility for my life. Maybe it's you've been pushing too hard for a very, very long time, and being ill gives you the opportunity to take a break. Think about those. Really think about those. If your illness is giving you any sort of secondary gains, they are there stored in your subconscious mind, and they will be keeping you stuck. Even just feeling sorry for yourself or other people feeling sorry for you, you can get addicted to that. Or maybe just simply fear of going back to life or starting a new life if you suddenly got healed. Ask yourself the question, is it that? Am I scared? Because this is the known. I am sick and I'm not well, but this is the known. And anything after my possible healing is the unknown. How would I cope with this? How would I cope with that? So it's better to stay in the known. And yes, most of you will say, no, that's not true. People hate me when I say this to my clients. But unfortunately, very often, we find some secondary gains from being ill, subconsciously. I found one for myself as well. My illness was, apart from other things, a way for me to get a break and a way for me to get attention and get more love. People feeling sorry for me because, I was always there for other people. I was always there, the strong one, the brave one, the one that organizes everything, the one that has everything under control. Subconsciously, I needed a break and I wanted to be looked after. And when I realized this, although some of the practitioners suggested this to me before when I had sessions, and I would say, no, there is no way there is no way I'm gaining anything. I want to be healed. I want to be healed. When you go deep into your heart, you will know the truth. And as painful as it can be, admit it to yourself. Be honest with yourself. And if you find one or two, deal with them. You have to abolish those subconscious beliefs, subconscious fears, subconscious, programs which keep you stuck. Why have you not done yourself a retreat yet? What is stopping you from doing that? Because if you can't afford to go to a retreat, but you're really struggling and you would like to see the results, you can do the retreat for yourself. There is no reason why you can't. Not only that, you can connect with the energy of the retreat. You can plan it around the time when one of the long retreats takes place with Dr. Joe. And you can intentionally connect with the energy of the room. I did it with the Cancun retreat beginning of this year. And I could definitely feel the connection with the energy. This was one of the crazy weeks that I had this year. Such deep meditations, extremely high energy, and really download after download. I was recording some videos at that time, so you could have a look, but it's possible. You can actually be, there is no, energy knows no distance and there's no barrier for energy. You can do it. You just place the intention on the map or wherever you want to go, or just say, I'm connecting with the energy of the group in Cancun, Joe Dispenza group. You can visualize yourself in the room. And you can even visualize yourself laying on the ground, the floor in this room, and surrounded by all this energy. Connect and really tune into that energy, and then do a meditation. It doesn't really matter if you're doing this meditation at the same time as they are doing it. It doesn't matter. Time and space doesn't exist. It's all going to be contained in the vibration, and it's going to be saved in the intention, and it's going to just travel to you just the way you intend it to be. So you can do yourself a Cancun retreat in your, living room without paying a penny for it. Yes, it's not going to be exactly the same. You won't see Dr. Joe and all the people, but you can really boost your energy and you can motivate yourself. It's like whinging, for example, oh, I can't go to a retreat. I don't have enough money. I wish I could go. Well, then go. Go virtually. Go energetically. You can do it. If you believe that you are a vibrational, energetic being, you can be anywhere, at any time, for free. Almost teleport yourself to the room on the retreat. But seriously, yeah, you can do that. But you can do it anytime and just see how it goes. That was my recap after a couple of months, I believe. I haven't recorded. I'm gonna go back to it, and we will be talking a little bit more about meditations, about being in the present moment, and everything else that I was looking into in terms of Dr. Joe's work, and sharing it with you and sharing my experiences with my coaching group. I have a lot of new members on the group. If anybody would like to join, I will be doing a Zoom call for new members, starting basically new group within my group. It's like, because the members who joined initially, they have reached a certain level of understanding, and they are much more independent now, and every new member now needs a little bit more support. So I will be doing a new Zoom call this Saturday at 7 p.m. UK time. So if you were interested in joining the community and the group meditations and the Zoom call, let me know in the comments, and then you can get details how to get to me. And the group meditations are beautiful. We meditate 3 times per week, and the energy is absolutely amazing. We all meditate with the intention of healing, so beautiful experiences during those meditations. Energy is powerful. We sometimes have strong reactions after the meditations, so I encourage everybody who would like to be part of the group. And you don't have to meditate 3 times per week. You can meditate once a week whenever you are available, but you can just feel the support of the group and feel that you have the encouragement whenever you struggle with, I don't know, keeping up with the work, or you feel like you're losing motivation. It's good to have the support of the group. A lot of people do it this way with where Joe Dispenza's work, so I invite everyone. All the best.